Oh, shoot.
Come closer, please. I've something to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you do? This is Black Sabbath.
you see me now? Oh, can you hear me now? Oh, can you tell me what's the glory by the days and share the nights when it's over? Find the answer. Running in the rain. Through the thunder, like the flame.
Welcome to the 2021 Halloween stream
That's my metal screen.
here on the Metal Ben and Mean Mike Sunday Show.
Bring
That's
the
right.
pitchforks. Bring the pitchforks and torches, motherfuckers.
Right on. Yes, a lengthy ass intro, I know, but hey man, had to put something together to pay tribute to all the lead singers of Black Sabbath. Because we're talking about all Black Sabbath here. Not just Ozzy, not just Dio. All.
Not just Bill Ward, not just Cozy Powell, not just Vinny Appice, Terry Chimes.
That's right. We're going.
Eric Singer.
We are going. So
Bobby
we're going
Rotten
to
out.
rank. So we're going to rank all 20 Black Sabbath albums. That's right, I said 20 because I also included. To me, technically, it's a Black Sabbath album. I know it was released under the Heaven and Hell name, but I put in The Devil You Know, the final album with Ronnie James Dio in this list too. Because to me, it's a Black Sabbath album. It may not say Black Sabbath, but it's a Black Sabbath album. And, yes. Well, we're about to find out they're Speed King. Welcome to the chat, Speed King. Welcome everybody out there. Tell your fucking friends, tell your family members, tell everybody to tune the fuck in right now for this
Tell
fucking
your back doors and run for your life.
Oh yes, before we go on to the ranking, I should say Ryan Arnold will be joining in here to rank the 8 Aussie era Black Sabbath albums.
Okay.
Reason why? Because he's about ready to do a ranking on his channel, and he doesn't want to rank all the albums yet here. Which, that's understandable. And we got Zach Blabeth in the house. Got your messages the other day. I just haven't had a hell of a lot of time to reply back. But yes, shout out to
Hopefully we can get...
Shout out to Zach Blabeth. He liked my Hellocaust album, On Earth As It Is in Hell. So thank you, man.
Hopefully we can get Mr. Dr. Fuck in chat. That'd be awesome.
We'll see who shows up, I guess. Now, this list may piss some people off, but guess what? We don't care.
No.
Mean Mike will tell you what you can do with your feelings right now, actually.
Oh, if your feelings are hurt and you don't want to watch this video, you can go over to fucking suck-ass town.
Amen to that. All right, so without further ado...
Or you go to Pickle Whistler Boulevard, Jack Tard City, or Asshatburg.
I was thinking Asshat Highway or something. Anyways, so yeah, this stream is brought to you by Jägermeister and Black Motherfucking Sabbath.
And Jim Beam.
All right, we got metal piano music in the house. Welcome to the stream. Well, I guess I'm ready to get this ranking on the way.
Ready when you are.
So I guess I'll let you start, Mean Metal Mike, with your number 20.
The only album on the list that stayed in the same spot. 13. Album fucking sucks.
Amen to that.
Not much need to say, other than it's a Rick Rubin album that's imitating Black Sabbath, or pretending,
Right.
or Rick Rubin album pretending to be Black Sabbath with Black Sabbath.
I absolutely agree. I totally agree. Well, you know what? We're tied for this one because my number 20 is 13 also. Okay, for one, where the fuck is Bill Ward at? If this is the final Black Sabbath album, it should have had Bill Ward on drums. For one. Yeah,
Well,
Rick Rubin's.
Let's see. There was contract issues and shit. Sharon
All that-
on the rights of Sabbath. You know,
all that
bullshit.
corporate. Yeah, all that corporate business ideology in the music business, which makes the music industry suck. Music should be fucking cool, man. You should have fun making music. It shouldn't be corporate. But anyways, yeah, mine, like I said, 13, man, at number 20, and okay, going back to 2013. Now, I'll be honest. At first, I was kind of excited about it. The track "God Is Dead." It's an all right track, but again, my gripe is no Bill Ward, and Rick Rubin produced it. And yes, it's the only album in Black Sabbath's history that sounds like rehash from basically the first two Black Sabbath albums.
Yes.
All right, so coming in at number 19.
Well, be shocked, guys. This is a popular album, Paranoid, at number 19 for me.
Oh shit.
And I love the album. It's over. Okay. My gripe of Paranoid is, well, War Pigs is a classic. Electric Funeral's pretty good. But other than that, I really don't want to hear the song Paranoid ever again. I don't want to hear kind of don't want to hear Iron Man as much anymore. Would love to hear the radio stations play Hand of Doom, because that's a great song.
I can understand that. Here comes the fucking pitchforks, man.
The album just feels stale, thin, you know, for an Ozzy or a Sabbath album. Not saying it's a terrible album. All these albums, besides 13, I love. It's just Paranoid has just continued for me to just go downwards, and it's surprisingly the Ozzy album I listened to second least to 13. So,
all right.
Other than I like War Pigs, because I mean, come on. Fun song. But yeah, 19 for me is Paranoid. Yes, stab me with your pitchforks.
Here they come. Here they fucking come. How could you say that? How could you say that? You piece of shit. You shouldn't have been born. No, anyway, so my number 19, Forbidden. I just think the production on this album sucks. It's very stale. Very... Okay, for being a Black Sabbath album, the guitar tone on this album is not Tony Iommi heavy, you know. I mean, it's got a couple okay tracks on it. I mean, it's not completely terrible. I mean, besides 13, I really don't think there's a bad Black Sabbath album, but... Mm-hmm. Yeah, Forbidden, to me, you know...
Oh, it just stabs me in the heart.
It just suffers from poor production. It's kind of a downgrade for Tony Martin, you know, when it comes to vocals. Mm-hmm. I mean, compared to what came previously, yeah. I mean, there's a couple cool tracks on here, like Rusty Angels is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty as Hell's a pretty cool track, but yeah. Number 19 would be Forbidden for me. Okay, we're up to number 18 already.
Well,
Oh.
Never Say Die.
Okay.
It's the last Ozzy album. You can tell the band was just burnt out. You know, the record shows. I mean, it's not a bad album. It's just, I think it's Ozzy's kind of worst 70s Sabbath album, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's all I got to say. Other than that, you guys need to fucking crank Breakout. Great song.
Oh, goodness. Barrel.
Ah.
Oh, goodness. So, anything else to say about Never Say Die?
No, other than Megadeth did a good, decent cover of it.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool cover. I mean, any other tracks on the album you like?
Air Dance is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Johnny Blade, I like.
Yeah, that's a cool track, too.
Title track's okay. Shockwave's probably my favorite track off the album, though.
Yeah, that one's not too bad, yeah.
But yeah, 18 is Never Say Die, and yes, you guys should go check out and buy the album.
Okay, my number 18. Wow, and it's changed quite a bit. Coming in at number 18 for me is Technical Ecstasy.
Oh!
So I was going through listening to some of these albums again, mainly Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die. You know, man, there's good stuff on this album. Don't get me wrong. It just doesn't feel like a Black Sabbath album. Like You Won't Change Me is my favorite track on the album. Let's see here. In fact, I'll just put the CD up here now. Right there, Technical Ecstasy. One I actually own. Let's look here. Okay. Gypsy's a pretty cool track. I do like Gypsy. All Moving Parts, Stand Still. I used to absolutely hate that song. But after listening to it this week, that track has actually kind of grown on me. I think it's a pretty cool track. Now, I will say one thing. Ozzy does not sound like he's into... On that track, Pertainly, he sounds vocally like he's not into it. You can just tell in the vocals. There's parts in his vocals on that track that just sound very poor.
Yep.
Rock and Roll Doctor, I cannot stand. That's probably why I rank lower than Never Say Die in that aspect. Dirty Women, great track. Tended off. She's Gone, yeah, kind of forgettable. I mean, it's kind of weird because She's Gone to me is like a... Oh boy, what am I trying to say here? It's like a predecessor to what would come on Blizzard of Oz with Revelation Mother Earth. Except for Revelation Mother Earth is far better than She's Gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the melodies are pretty cool with the classical arrangements and shit, but I just can't really get into the song. But yeah, Technical Ecstasy would be my number 18. Now we're up to number 17.
Cross Purposes. It's the Tony Martin album that I really don't listen to the most. Cross Purposes at number 17. I just don't like the album art. It kind of sounds Just it doesn't sound like a Sabbath album in my opinion. Sounds kind of like Rainbow, just with Tony Martin and with Tony Iommi. That's all I got to say about that album. I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
Other than
Go ahead.
on the Cross Purposes tour, they did have Bill Ward come in and play during the South American leg of
That's
that
very
tour.
true. Yes, it is. That is
And
very true.
there are YouTube videos of the performances, and he does a decent job on drums.
Oh, hell yeah. It's Bill Ward, man. Bill Ward can do it all, dude. It's Bill motherfucking Ward, the greatest metal drummer of all time.
And the drummer for Cross Purposes, Bobby Rondinelli, which,
Yep.
he was in Rainbow after Cozy left, and
Yep. And currently he's drumming in Axel Rudy Bell. So that's where Bobby Rondinelli is nowadays.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty interesting lineup wise too, yeah. You know. And that's the only Sabbath album I believe he did. So
because then Cozy came back,
oh,
and then he died.
yeah, unfortunately. It sucks. Another tremendous drummer. Okay, my number 17. And the reason why I'm kind of ranking this one as low as it is because I don't own it. This is an album I've actually never owned. I gotta get it. Because really it's not a bad album. It's just not... Well, it was meant to be a solo album. So, of course, coming in at number 17... is Seventh Star, the only album they did with Glenn Hughes on vocals, who formerly was in Whitesnake, or not Whitesnake, Deep Purple. Excuse me, I'm getting confused there with David Coverdale, but yeah, Glenn Hughes. Granted, he does a great job vocally on this freaking album. There's great stuff on this album. I guess for me, it's just one of them albums that needs to grow on me more,
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely one I definitely need to get a copy of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really going to say a lot about the album.
Eric Singer was on drums for that album.
That's true. Eric Singer played drums. I believe Dave Spitz was on bass, who was the brother of Dan Spitz, who was the former guitarist of Anthrax.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It was a really weird period because, Tony Iommi wanted to be a solo artist, and the record company made him use the Black Sabbath name, obviously, around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually you would get Ray Gillen in on vocals, and there was a bunch of lineup changes, around that period. But yeah, my number 17 is Seventh Star from 1986. So we're up to 16 now.
Well, Pitchfork. Triple Pitchfork time.
Oh, shit.
The self-titled debut album.
Oh, shit, no.
And I love the album. There's just better Black Sabbath albums than the debut album.
Damn, I might have to freak out my fucking Pitchfork. Oh, that hurts. Damn,
Told
it's
ya.
16.
There's just better albums on my list that I think, from my opinion, are better than the debut album.
All right, so go on about the debut at number 16.
I mean, I love it. I just don't love it as much as other Ozzy albums and other Sabbath albums.
Okay.
One song I
understandable.
still love on that whole album that's really creepy is the last track, The Warning, Sleeping Village, A Bit of Finger, just all that together.
I'll definitely be talking about that when I get to it.
And that's my number 16. So, yeah.
What do I All right. Well, my number 16 is Cross Proposes. Or Cross Purposes, however the fuck you pronounce it. Decent stuff on this album. Not very memorable, though. That's kind of my gripe with this album. Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely a few decent tracks on here. I actually think Virtual Depth's a pretty cool track. You can kind of tell they were influenced. You can kind of tell they were influenced by Alice in Chains on that track.
Yeah.
But for some fucking reason, it works. Yeah. It's not a bad album. Don't really have a lot to say about it. I mean, it's definitely better than Forbidden, the album that would come after it, so. But I guess we're up to number 15.
Well, Eternal Idol.
Ooh.
A great album. Then again, it's just an album I can listen to. It's 15. It's a lot of that 15. Weird me saying it. I think it's better than the other albums I listed. And me saying crazy, it's better than Paranoid and the debut album. I stand by my statement. I say, fuck yeah, it is.
Oh shit, man! And we got 9496 tall in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the Black Sabbath ranking here on this Sunday night on the Metal Ben and Mean Mike show.
Yeah, but yeah. Number 15 is Eternal Idol. Technically, the debut album for Tony Martin, which originally Tony Martin was not going to be on that album.
That's very true. Ray Gillen was actually going to be on that album.
The only way I think you can sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you talk.
The only way you can hear Ray Gillen on that album is if you get the 2-disc edition.
Yep, that's very true. Which I definitely need to get that. I used to have it on cassette tape. You know. Anything else more to add?
Debut album with Cozy Powell on drums. Or was it Terry Chimes?
On the Eternal Idol? I thought Eric Singer played drums on it. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I think he played on the demo. See, I can't remember now. I think he actually played on the demos. Maybe it is Cozy Powell on drums. I can't remember. I should have looked that up before, doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll move on to my number 15. You know what? This one creeped up higher in the list than I thought it would be. I actually listened to this album a couple times over, believe it or not. And it's definitely a grower. It's definitely a grower because I used to not really care for this album. And honestly, I thought it would be at least ranked at 18, where Technical Ecstasy is, but I went with Never Say Die. I'll tell you what, this album is definitely a grower. Like, obviously, the title track, Never Say Die, is freaking excellent. I've always liked that track. Johnny Blade, one of them tracks I never really cared for before, but now I actually kind of enjoy it. If you listen to the guitar rips that Tony Iommi's playing in there behind the keyboards, yeah, it's some pretty heavy stuff, Junior's Eye, probably one of the best tracks on here.
Oh, Geezer's bass work. Bass guitar.
That's very true, too. Yeah. Geezer does some great bass work on this freaking album, But yeah, I mean, what other tracks on there are good? Definitely Air Dance. Air Dance, to me, is the best track on the album. Very different. It's very progressive sounding, it's got like elements of progressive rock and jazz fusion in this track, which is quite odd. Now, yeah, musically, this is a very odd album. I mean, it's not your typical Black Sabbath album, that came before. But all in all, it's a really good album. Yeah, Shockwave. I'll talk about that track real quick. I originally did not like that song. And I'm listening to it this week. I'm like, man, this is actually a pretty decent track, And of course, you got the goofy instrumental. Which, yeah, definitely sounds like an intro on an old WWF show with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Eaton. Swinging, Swinging the Chains, too. That track actually kind of grew on me, too. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a cool Billboard tune. Yeah. The only track on here... Yeah, the only track on here I really don't care for is...
Over to You, I think?
Over to You, yeah. That track I don't really care for.
Over to You. Ba-na-na, ba-na-na, over to You.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty weak track.
I noticed in that track it kind of the riff section kind of repeats itself a tad bit in that song.
Yeah. Of course, you got A Hard Road. Not a bad track. I kind of like it. Yeah, this album has really been growing on me. So maybe if I do a Black Sabbath ranking in a couple years, it might go higher on the list. Who knows? And it's kind of weird because I've heard a couple people on the I think even Ralph Vieira said this is the Black Sabbath album he listens to the most with Ozzy. Mm-hmm. And there was somebody else in the Rock and Metal podcast, and Almost Human 56 page that said that too. So it's a grower. It's definitely a grower.
Definitely check out Almost Human 56 page on Facebook, guys. Join the clan.
Yes, definitely. Best page on Facebook, and the Rock and Metal podcast page too. Check that out. And what's the other one? It's new. Oh, crap. Let me look at Facebook real quick.
Anyway, what's everybody up to in chat?
Yeah, go ahead and chat with the chat for a minute while I look this up, because I am bad at memorizing stuff sometimes. But it's also got members of, the Almost Human 56 page on it, too. Find it here in a minute here.
What is it? Cover Killer Nation?
No. I'm looking here. Oh, the Metal Dungeon Podcast. The Metal Dungeon Podcast. Definitely check that room out.
I will.
I mean, the guy that runs that page is really cool. Eric is his name. Really cool dude. Friends with Ralph Vieira also. I mean, you get a lot of people in there like Mick Watkins. Edward Catastrosi's a part of that room too. A lot of the cool dudes that are part of the Almost Human 56 page. So,
Will Carroll. Page out. You'll have actual famous musicians in Almost 56 page. Like Will Carroll.
That's true. Will Carroll definitely so too. Yeah. All right, so moving on. Okay, we're up to number 14, I guess. So, you're 14. Meaning that to Mike.
Sorry, Ozzy. Master Reality has dropped considerably.
Fuck. That fucking chicken I ate. That chicken I ate earlier is coming up. Damn it. And the mashed potatoes too. And the succotash. And the stuffing.
Don't forget the pitchforks.
Whoa.
There's
Really?
just
Master
better-
of Reality?
Yeah.
Go ahead, explain.
It's the Ozzy album I've listened to fourth most, but there's just better albums. There's just better Sabbath albums. Granted, it is probably the first Sabbath album that created stoner metal.
Yeah.
My favorite track, probably still my favorite track off of that album is Lord of this World.
That's an excellent track. I love that track.
Children of the Grave. Okay. Classic.
Oh. That's why I'm sitting there at 14. 14! Oh, that hurts.
Sweet. Sweet Leaf. Yeah. At 14. Yeah, guys, you can stab me with 14 pitchforks. I don't care.
Okay. Holy shit. Yeah,
This was a hard list for me. This was real hard.
You know what? In all honesty, it is a freaking hard list to earn. It's a hard list to make. I agree. I definitely agree.
Because there's only one terrible, bad, turd, shitty Black Sabbath album. The rest are good.
That's true. You got a point. So there's a little bit of forgiveness there. All right. My number 14. Yes, I included this album because to me it is a Black Sabbath album. Yes, it didn't have the name Black Sabbath on it, obviously. But come on, you got Geezer Butler. You got Tony Iommi. You got Ronnie James Dio. Yeah, not the original Sabbath. And you got Vinny Appice on drums. Now, Bill Ward was a part of the early incarnation of this. I'm talking about, obviously, Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know, coming in at number 14. Excellent album. It's Ronnie's last album, but, it comes in at 14. I mean, to me, there's nothing really bad on the album. I guess my reasoning for putting this at 14, the album is pretty slow. There's not a lot of fast-paced tracks on here. Kind of similar to what he did on Master of the Moon, an album like that. But all in all, it's a great album. Follow the Tear, that's a fucking killer, heavy, doomy-ass track, too. And there's a couple other good ones on here, too.
Bible Black.
Bible Black's excellent. The opening track's freaking good. I don't have my CD in front of me or I'd show it. I was trying to look for it.
The last track, Breaking Into Heaven.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that track. That is a great ending to that album. Breaking Into Heaven, kind of similar to Lonely is the Word from Heaven and Hell a little bit, as far as like the ending, the ending of a Black Sabbath album goes, and, it's a good, I guess it's a good swan song to, the legacy of Ronnie James Dio.
Mm-hmm.
So number 14 for me would be, the final album ever with Ronnie James Dio, The Devil You Know. And now we are up to number 13.
Oh, on the seventh star. It's grown. That album's growing on me.
It's a good album.
I still say my favorite track on the whole album is the opener. Fucking that riff on In for the Kill.
Yeah.
Bump-a-now, bump-a-now.
That is a killer
Who
riff.
gives a shit about No Stranger for Love? It's a love song.
See,
Shouldn't be a love song.
go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
don't care for that track.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about I didn't really go into talking about the tracks all
Love,
that much.
probably the worst song on the album.
No Stranger to Love. That would be my pick.
Title track's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig the album. It's not 2 thumbs up. It's just the thumbs up.
Yeah. And for the Kill, it's very
That
different.
album.
Yeah, it's a good thing you mentioned that opening track because it's very different because it's pretty much speed metal. It's like double bass, all the way through it.
It's almost power
it's
metal.
definitely different. Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's almost sort of power metal like.
yeah, that's very true too. Like power metal, early power metal or whatever. So you got a point there, yeah, definitely. Anything else to add on to your number 13?
No, other than it doesn't get 2 thumbs up, it just gets a thumb up.
There you go. Okay. So for me, coming in at number 13, pretty damn good album too. But I went with Headless Cross. I think it's freaking great, to be honest. There's really nothing bad on here. Devil and Daughter's a killer track.
When death calls.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite track on here, actually, When Death Calls. I think that's the one that has Brian May on guitars from Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one he plays lead guitar on, too. Yeah, it's not actually Tony Iommi playing the solos, it's Brian May from Queen on the track When Death Calls. Obviously, the opening track, Headless Cross, is killer. I mean, yeah, this album definitely could have been ranked higher because I think it's a really good album, to be honest. Quite a dark album, too. But yeah, it's the second album with Tony Martin on vocals. You got Cozy Powell on drums. This would be the first album with Neil Murray on bass. Yeah, it's a great album. And I'm going to say this right now. Those albums definitely need re-released. The albums they did on IRS, those need reissued.
Remastered. Or even remastered.
Exactly. Come on, Tony Iommi, get the rights to those and do it, man. Because, man, they definitely need to be put back out there again. Because there's some damn good albums. But yeah, that's my number 13, Headless Cross. Now we're up to number 12.
Well, this one's no surprise. TYR. Tear.
Tear, okay.
Probably my second favorite Tony Martin era album. I love the album art cover. Jerusalem. Nice, cool track.
Yes.
I don't like Anu Mundai. Some kind of a boring song. They kick off.
I disagree. I think that track rolls, but go ahead.
I like the album. 2 thumbs up. It's 12. Yeah.
Okay.
Cozy Powell on drums.
Right on. Nothing else to say about it?
Mm.
All right, well, my number 12 is another Tony Martin album. And it really pains me to rank these albums this low because he's a phenomenal vocalist and the albums are good. Like from here on out, these albums to me are excellent, to be honest. But, you got to rank them somewhere. I went with The Eternal Idol. To me, it's a great album. I mean, the title track, The Eternal Idol, was so fucking good. What a great way to end a album. Just slow, doomy, and dark sounding, the way I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here. Well, I guess one of the tracks on here I don't really care for is "The Hand That Rocks the Cradle." I'm not the biggest fan of that track, but all in all, it's a good album. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
don't got nothing bad to say about it. I think it's a good album. Not really going in depth, with the tracks on this due to the fact that I don't own a copy of this anymore either. I used to have it, but like "The Shining's" a great track. That's a cool track. But yeah, man. My number 12 is "The Eternal Idol." I guess we'll move on to number 11.
Pitchfork time.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's another Ozzy album.
Oh no. Which one? Here we go.
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and it hurts to say it. Because this album just
Go ahead.
this album just missed the. Love the album. There's just three better albums than that, in my opinion.
Right.
And love. I do love that album. Sabracadabra Cadabra is great. I think Metallica did a cover of that. Not the greatest cover.
Hell yeah.
Killing Yourself to Live, Looking for Today. Probably Who Are You is a trip. Who Are You is a trippy track.
That's a very trippy track.
Spiral Architect, not a.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that one. But I'll talk about that when I get to it.
It's a great.
Okay.
So number 11 is Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And yeah, you pickle whistlers. Where's your pitchforks?
Well,
I'm waiting.
I might get pitchfork 2 for my number 11, even though I didn't get as low as you did. Holy crap. They'll be sending the SWAT team to your house. But my number 11 is Paranoid. Yep, Paranoid's my number 11. I know it should be in the top 5. Yeah, well, it's not. Let me explain. Yes, it's a classic album. It's the biggest Black Sabbath album. But, Paranoid's not that great of a song. I never actually really did care for it. I mean, I think it's definitely the weakest track off of Paranoid, and it's definitely the most overplayed track off of Paranoid. The album was originally going to be called War Pigs, but the record company didn't want to call it War Pigs due to the fact that they thought it would offend people, whatever. But no, there's great stuff on this freaking album, don't get me wrong. I was just actually listening to it the other day. Preparing for the review, actually, and I do usually tend to listen to it once a year still. War Pigs is just a phenomenal track. I don't care how overplayed it is, that track does roll. Paranoid, I'm sick of. Planet Caravan, yeah, that kind of drags the album down to me. And I'm going to be a little controversial here. I think Pantera does a better version of it on Far Beyond Driven. Iron Man's overplayed. Electric Funeral and Hand of Doom fucking roll. Those tracks absolutely roll. In fact, Electric Funeral was the first song I ever learned on guitar when I started playing guitar way back in 1993. 14 years old. So yeah, I did not start out playing Iron Man on guitar. I started out playing Electric Funeral on guitar, and I taught myself actually how to play it. Ironically.
Don't forget Rat Salad, the little Billboard drum solo.
Yeah, Rat Salad, that fucking killer shit. I guess you would say the Moby Dick of the album. Better than Moby Dick, though, in my opinion. That's on Led Zeppelin too for the Jack Tarts out there that are wondering what Moby Dick is. But no. Rat Salad's a cool instrumental. Fairies Wear Boots, a great way to end the album. See, there's nothing really bad on the album. Well, besides Paranoid and Planet Caravan, which don't need to hear again. I still love Iron Man, but I don't need to listen to Iron Man all the time either. So Paranoid comes in at number 11, and we are up to the top 10. So here we go. Number 10.
Forbidden.
Wow.
That's
pretty... Go ahead.
It's my second all-time favorite Tony Martin album. I don't care what anybody says about it. I just love that album. Except for the second track. That second track... No. But the song Get a Grip is good. Love that track.
Oh, I forgot about that track.
And that was the last studio album for basically the last studio album Cozy Powell recorded for, and toured early for that album. Then he died in that bike accident.
Yeah, which sucked. Unfortunately. Well, anything else to say about Forbidden there?
Other than, I think it's better than Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and call me a fool for saying it.
Wow, that's really going to get those pitchforks coming after you. Oh, man. But it's just my taste in Sabbath is just different from everyone else. Each to their own. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Good point. By the way, I forgot. Like, I really have to show that. Forgot to show it, though.
I think it's the weakest album art cover out of all the Sabbath covers.
Oh, that album cover is pitiful. It doesn't even make. Well, it's meant for. That album cover was actually meant for the War Pigs title, not for Paranoid.
Yeah. I wonder what would happen if they would have called the album Planet Caravan.
Ooh. If they would have released that as a single, it would have killed their careers. I hate to say that about our godfathers of heavy metal.
I don't know. Hand of Doom would have been a perfect.
That would have been a cool title. Hell yeah. Oh, Hand of Doom. Man, that would have scared the fuck out of people back in 1970 if it would have been called that. But all right. Well, I guess I'll showcase my number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the debut, Black Sabbath. Great album. Great debut.
I see a few people in the crowd wearing Metal Band Chronicle shirts and pitchforks, slowly getting held up.
Yeah, probably a few, but it is what it is. It's a great debut, Hey, man, it's the first Black Sabbath album. This is the one that started it all. It's the album that freaking invented heavy metal. And man, that freaking album cover, man, so freaking cool and creepy. Man, still one of my favorite album covers when it comes to Black Sabbath. Now, my reasoning for putting this at number 10, because to me, Black Sabbath was still kind of finding their sound. Yeah. You can still hear the blues influences on here from when they were Earth, which ain't bad, but but don't get me wrong, there's still some heavy stuff on here. Like, my God, man, I can't imagine going back to 1970 and when the track Black Sabbath landed, what people were probably thinking, because for that time, that's definitely some scary fucking music and dark music.
Now imagine if they, instead of did Black Sabbath, they used the last track and that dropped.
Oh yeah,
That
which
fucking last track.
I never understood why they did this. Like they put these little interludes together. I think the record company probably did this. I have no freaking clue, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got a bit of finger, sleeping village, and then warning.
Sleeping Village is creepy. It's a really good creepy intro.
Oh yeah, that is cool. That is a creepy fucking tune. Yeah, that's. I mean, so yeah, the darkness is definitely here. Don't get me wrong; it's a dark album. I mean, NIB, freaking iconic.
I mean, the Geezer Butler bass solo in the beginning.
Yeah, kind of funny how that track was written. They wrote it because of Bill Ward's beard or something weird.
Yeah.
They called it a nib or something. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Bill Ward. Yeah, they gave Bill Ward the nickname Nibby, Nibby, but they
That's how they
shortened it
wrote
to
NIB.
Nib. Originally, that song was going to be called Nibby, Nibby, and
Right. So somehow it got the name Nativity in Black when it's actually not what it means at all, which is really weird. I mean, yeah. I mean, you got the Wizard too. Let's mention that, the Wizard. I mean, you got Ozzy playing harmonica. And I definitely agree with Ralph. Ozzy is way more talented than what people give him granted for.
Yeah.
Because you always hear this shit, oh, Ozzy never wrote in Black Sabbath. He didn't do shit in Black Sabbath. That's bullcrap. He wrote some lyrics in Black Sabbath. He wrote the lyrics to the track Black Sabbath. He played harmonica on The Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Ozzy don't have talent. Get the fuck out of here with those marbles. And yeah, the last track, Warning. Oh man, is that a cool track. And that's actually originally done by Ansley Dunbar's Retaliation. That's who originally did Warning. Which Ansley Dunbar would go on to drum for Journey for a little bit in the 70s. So it's really hard to rank this at number 10 because I can't really think of nothing weak on this album, to be honest, besides the fact that, you know, they were still kind of developing their sound. But yeah, Black Sabbath comes in at number 10. And we're up to number 9.
The Devil You Know.
Okay.
Love that album. I technically listened to that album more than Mob Rules.
That's even more interesting.
And fucking Turn the Screw, Breaking into Heaven. Bible Black's still my favorite. I just love the fucking intro to Bible Black. Bonum, bonum. Really doomy in the beginning for that intro.
I remember when I first heard that, I knew right away I was buying the album when it came out, or CD when it came out, you know, and I did. And loved it.
Eating the Cannibals. Another
I forgot
good
about
track.
that is a good track, yes.
So,
See, that's
And
one I
all
did
you-
not. That's one I did
And
not
all-
really revisit going into this. Go ahead.
and
I'm
all
sorry.
you Ozzy versus Dio haters, it's all Black Sabbath. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so nothing else to add there.
No, other than it's a Black Sabbath album, and it counts.
All right. Okay, now we're getting into albums that are almost freaking perfect to me. My favorite Tony Martin era album. I'm talking about the 1990 album Tear. Oh my god, this album to me is excellent. Not really the biggest fan of Feel Good to Me, the ballad. The guitar solo is great in that track, but to me, it doesn't really fit the album. But man, to me, this is kind of like Black Sabbath being a power metal band in a way. It's definitely got a power metal theme to it. I mean, my God, Anno Mundi, I like the track. I think it has some cool riffs and some cool solos in it, and Tony Martin's vocals are amazing on that track. You know, let's see, you got the Lawler, the Lawler, the Lawmaker, the Lawmaker, speed metal, pretty fast paced. You know, something you didn't really get a lot of with Sabbath, but I think it's a pretty cool track too. Jerusalem's cool. The Sabbath Stone is probably the doomiest track on the album. It kind of harkens back to the doomier Sabbath, But my God, the best tracks on here, easily. And it basically goes into 3 parts: the Battle of Tyr, Odin's Court, going into Valhalla. To me, that's the fucking cream of the crop on this freaking album. Just excellent stuff. Holy crap, it's good. So epic. Definitely power metal sounding. Heaven in Black's a great ending to the album too. I like Heaven in Black too. So yeah, I think this is an excellent album. And that's my number 9. So now we're up to number 8.
Dehumanizer. Heavy album.
Yes.
Kind of the album where Dio started getting pissed off.
Pretty much. I would have to say you're right.
And technically, Dehumanizer if the lineup wouldn't have changed, would have been Cozy Powell and drums. Because originally, a lot of the tracks were already pre-recorded and written.
Shit.
With the band.
Breaking
broke
up there,
his pelvis
dude.
or something, fell off the horse, some bullshit. Probably wanted out,
Shoot.
Are we good now?
Yeah, repeat yourself. You were breaking up a little bit.
Talking about Dehumanizer, how originally it was going to have Cozy Powell on drums.
That's very true, yep.
And they had a lot of stuff recorded, and I guess Cozy did something stupid to himself and got himself hurt, or he probably just didn't want to play with Ronnie. I don't blame him.
I've heard 2 different stories. I heard he was in a motorcycle accident. I mean, now the one about him not wanting to play with Ronnie, I'm not sure about.
Apparently that's what Richie Blackmore said at that time. But that's a can of worms there. Yeah. Damn, I fucking love that album. Computer God.
Oh.
Waiting for the revolution. Computerized genocide.
That is a killer track. Oh my God.
One
that track
day for the life is lonely. Another day around about.
Oh
TV
man,
crime.
Computer God basically has predicted what's going on nowadays too, which is pretty ironic for 1992. So that's a killer track.
TV crimes, sins of the father,
yes.
sins of the father, letters from Earth.
That's a
great
good
fucking track.
Yeah.
And then possibly the best track on the whole album, Time Machine.
Debatable. It's a great track.
The Wayne's World version is better.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till I talk about it to talk about that. But yeah, I'll talk about that when I get there. So where are we at here? We're up to. You were done, right?
Yeah, right. 8.
Okay. Okay, so we're up to number 8, right? Okay. Ooh, this is where it really got hard to rank these albums for me. I'm like, holy crap, how do I rank these albums? Well, number 8 to me, or coming in at number 8 for me, is The Mob Rules. Very hard for me to rank this album this low. It definitely hurts me to rank it this low, too, because it's such a great album, and some of my favorite Sabbath tunes are on this album. Signs of the Southern Cross. Yeah, The Mob Rules right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sign of the Southern Cross, goodness. Falling Off the Edge of the World is my favorite track off of this album. Good God, is that track so good. You know? Of course, you got the title track, The Mob Rules, which there was 2 versions of it recorded. There was the version for the movie Heavy Metal, which came out in 1981, you know, that animated cartoon movie that came out back in 81, which is quite, it's different sounding. You can tell production-wise it's different. Not really sure exactly which version I like better, but man, such a killer track. You got, let's look here. Voodoo. Voodoo's a freaking underrated track.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yep. It's a great album. Maybe a little bit of a step down from Heaven and Hell. But, yeah.
Yeah.
But just looking here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, it's a great album. I mean, oh, yeah, Turn Up the Night. Turn Up the Night is basically Neon Nights Part 2. You know, that's been said before, but it's true. It is pretty much Neon Nights Part 2. It's a great track, though. So, yeah, I'm not going to say much more about this album, besides it's the first album featuring Vinny Appice on drums, replacing Bill Ward. You know, you still have Geezer Butler on bass, you know. But, yeah, I guess we will move on now to number 7.
Technical Ecstasy.
Oh, fuck, that high? Damn.
Mm-hmm. That's the Ozzy album that has grown the most on me.
Okay.
Love that album. Fucking Backstreet Kids kicking it off. You know, She's Gone. Could do without that track.
Yeah.
All Moving Parts Stand Still, which I agree with Ralph Vieira. They're singing about a transsexual transvestite president.
Yeah, there's some weird shit on Technical Ecstasy, that's for sure.
And I dig It's Alright. Bill Ward playing drums, very mellow. You know
what? That's actually a pretty good track. I do like that track.
I love Gypsy. That little drum intro on Gypsy.
Yep.
Sorry. 31 Inch, just a great song. The only song they kept live in the set list out of that album. Yeah, Rock and Roll Doctor. Turd.
That's what kills the album for me.
And yeah, it's my 3rd all-time favorite Ozzy album. So, yeah.
All right, I'll let you talk for a minute. I got to take a restroom break real quick, and I'll be
right back. Sure thing. Yeah, guys, so check out Mean Metal Mike. Or if not, I will bring the shovel. Excuse me. I am sorry. Mean Metal Mike sponsor. Jim Beam. Peach. Whiskey. 32.5% alcohol. 65 proof. It's good stuff. And Iron Maiden shirt. Killer's album. Killer's Eddie. Probably the best Eddie is Killer's Eddie. My opinion. And it is, since it's Halloween, since I'm holding the fort down, this is probably the best slasher ever. I don't think any other slasher villain can kill like Michael Myers. The Shape. Definitely watch the Halloween franchise, guys. I'd recommend it. Seal of approval. Mean Metal Mike seal of approval. Watch Halloween, 1978. Then watch Halloween 2. Seal of approval. Mean Metal Mike. This has been a Mean Metal Mike commercial broadcast. And now back to regularly scheduled programming.
All right, I am back.
And back to our regularly scheduled programming. I did a little commercial for fun.
So we did a commercial. Hey man, if this podcast gets bigger, we can come up with our own commercials eventually.
I do say, be fun to get a certain someone we've been talking about. 3 of us to do a podcast sometime.
Oh yeah, that'll happen someday. Definitely.
Mr. Ralph. Mr. Ralph.
Yeah. Be fun, man. Hell yeah. Shit, I lost track here. We're up to number 7, right?
I just did 7. Mine was Technical Ecstasy.
That's right. Well, my number 7 is Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Ooh.
Now, this is probably where Black Sabbath, well, not really. That kind of started with Volume 4, I guess. But to me, interestingly, this album to me, in a lot of ways, is like a classical composition. Because this is the album where you get some orchestrations, a lot of progressive stuff coming in. You had Rick Wakeman guest appear on this album. Yeah. It's really weird because when you look at the album cover, right?
Yeah.
Right there, obviously. When you look at that album cover, you're like, oh, this album's going to be heavier than Master of Reality or something. And it's really not. But something about this album's like, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's beautifully put together.
It's beautifully progressive.
That too, yeah, but it's just put together well for whatever reasons. Obviously, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is iconic. It's heavy. It just has such a killer riff. Check out Anthrax's version of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, which I'm sure a lot of you out there have already heard.
Bruce Dickinson did a version of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, too.
That's true, too, yep. He does a pretty cool version. But yeah, man, all in all, great opener. Like, everything on this freaking album's good. National Acrobat's good. You get Fluff, which is kind of like a melodic acoustic piece, real laid back sounding. Yeah, just kind of like maybe a weird place in the album for it to pop up at, but it's a pretty beautiful piece by Tony Iommi. Sabracadabra, obviously a killer track. And that's where that's where it really gets into the weird, like, progressive elements and the psychedelic elements, Killing Yourself to Live's freaking great. Obviously. I mean, because every time we go to a job, or we go somewhere where we want, if we go to a job or we go somewhere where we don't want to be, we're killing ourselves to live for corporate America or whatnot, unfortunately. But it's a great track. I mean, it's an excellent fucking track. Who Are You? Okay, that track right there. A lot of people hate that track.
I love that track.
It's definitely a very weird track. I mean, it's very psychedelic sounding. I love the mid break in that track. They're really
Geezer Butler said in a book, I read a book on, like, greatest heavy metal bass players. It was like a big chapter book. There's a chapter on Geezer Butler was talking about Who Are You, and he said that track has a little bit of that track apparently influenced him from him listening to, I believe it was the Saucer Full of Secrets Pink Floyd album.
I was going to say, you could definitely hear a Pink Floyd type of vibe going on there. I believe Ozzy wrote the track.
Yes.
and I believe Ozzy's actually playing the synthesizers on that track.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go for you jacktards out there that say Ozzy has no talent. Oh, I should mention too, Ozzy's vocals on this album are killer. Like, he sounds really good on this freaking album, man. You know what? You're right. Zach Blabbeth just made out another great point. The first Black Sabbath album that Rolling Stone magazine ever liked. Not that magazine really matters anyway, but, you know, because they tend to shit on good stuff to begin with. Let's see. Looking for Today's a great track. Spiral Architect. Yeah, yes. You know what? I do like Spiral Architect. It's a great way to end the album. It's very symphonic. And it's really weird. Ozzy actually wrote the orchestration parts for that track. Not being a musician either. He was just humming the orchestration parts in his head and trying to translate to the orchestra, you know, what to play behind that track. Yeah. And it works. It works wonders.
I mean, Bill Ward said around this time that Ozzy was doing a lot of experimental stuff. Despite stuff, I think Tony Iommi even said that the band rejected a lot of Ozzy's lyrical ideas for the album. So Ozzy actually wrote more stuff for this album that got rejected by the band.
Right.
So all you jacktards that said Ozzy didn't pitch in and help out with Sabbath, no, you guys are wrong.
You guys are definitely wrong. The jacktards need to stop being jacktards.
They need to stop wearing ass hats that are too short for their brain.
Stop dipping it and stop swimming in the pickle whistler juice. But anyway, yeah. Great album, though. I mean, it's a fucking masterpiece. What can I say? All right, I guess
down
we're
to number 6.
Number 6.
This one just missed the top 5. Mob Rules. First to say it. It just missed. There's one album that's just a little bit better than it. Love Mob Rules. Love everything about it. I can't really say nothing bad or negative on that album. I love it. It's
right on.
Does fall flat when it comes to see how Heaven and Hell in 1980 came out. 1980 was a big year for a lot of bands. Don't mean to get off topic, but like Back in Black, probably the biggest album to ever come out in 1980. I'd say Heaven and Hell was just a second follow-up, in my opinion. But Mob Rules came out, and yeah, it's kind of a step backwards. I do agree with you there. On some tracks, you can kind of hear the band's not really into it as much as they were on the Heaven and Hell record. Because I think when they recorded Live Evil, there's a theory that either Ronnie fucked up the recordings, or apparently there's some like bullshit claim that Ronnie wanted to change and put his vocals higher, which I doubt it. I don't think Ronnie would do something dickish like that. I think it was probably I don't know what it was. But
too much cocaine. Too much cocaine at the time with Wyoming or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know who knows what the true story is about that. I mean, only they know.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, Ronnie's not here no more to really tell the story, but only Tony Iommi knows, you know.
Yeah. I think favorite songs on that album. Sign of the Southern Cross, it's just great. Can't not hate that song. You have to have that in like your music playlist if you're listening to Sabbath. Has to be in there. But my favorite track on that whole album is Falling Off of the Edge of the Fucking World.
That's my favorite track too.
Kind of has a later Iron Maiden vibe to it. Kind of like a Number of the Beast vibe on it. Almost.
Well, that could be too. I forgot to mention too. Martin Birch also produced that album.
Yes.
Well, it definitely has that kind of, that kind of sound to it.
I say the darkest song, Voodoo. Fucking love that song.
Great track.
Yeah,
Right.
number 6, Mob Rules. Misses out by a freckle.
Okay, I guess I'm going. Okay, my number 6, Dehumanizer. Such a killer album, man. It's freaking heavy. That's why I love it. I would say it's easily, maybe, it's really debatable. It's either the heaviest Black Sabbath album or the second heaviest Black Sabbath album.
I
It's
would
really
probably say maybe third heaviest.
Well, that's really debatable. I mean, but yeah, it's definitely heavy. It's definitely an angry album. Yeah, there was a lot of shit that went on at the time too with Black Sabbath and Ronnie James Dio that I'm not really going to talk about. Now it's a really weird period because Tony Martin was actually still in Black Sabbath and was never officially fired from Black Sabbath, which is even really weird. And I hope one day they get released. But apparently there's demos out there of Dehumanizer with Tony Martin and Cozy Powell playing on.
Yeah.
Be pretty interesting. I'm actually really interested in hear what those sound like, with it being a heavier album, So, but my God,
Plus
TV,
that album
Go.
art cover's just sick.
right? I agree. But like every track on here is good. Computer Gods, TV Crime, After All the Dead, obviously Time Machine, which, appeared in Wayne's World, and that's how I actually first heard that track. The Wayne's World version.
Hold the fort down. Me and Mike's got to take a bathroom break. Hold the fort.
All right, I'll do that before we get into the top 5 here. But yeah, man, there's a lot of
Coming up
heavy
next,
shit.
the Metal Ben commercial.
The Metal Ben commercial. Yeah, easy. Like, share, subscribe. There's my commercial. Check out Hellocaust on Bandcamp. On Earth as It Is in Hell. Yes, a vocal version of that will be released in 2022. And I'm also working on another album. Well, it's an EP actually, called Reaping Metal, which I want to have finished by December if possible. And that will have vocals on it. Yeah, that's my little commercial. I'm not very good at doing commercials, am I? Anyways, me Mike is back. Oh, Martin Birch was one of the best producers, man. Easily one of the greatest metal producers of all time. But yeah, I think I pretty much said all I need to say about Dehumanizer. Strange Time, Dio's Pissed. It's a heavy fucking album, Okay, now we are up to, finally in this series, we're up to the top 5 albums. And I'll let Mean Metal Mike go with his number 5.
Headless Cross.
Good choice. Good album.
It's possibly the best Tony Martin album, in my opinion. Just love the darkness of it. It's a fucking dark album. And it's just different. In a good way.
It does have a dark vibe to it.
It's my all-time favorite Tony Martin album. Love Cozy Powell's drumming on it. The title track's great. When Death Calls, just love that whole album. Plus the fucking cross stone with the black lining for the album art cover is really sick.
Fuck yeah, I agree. So epic.
And criminally underrated. I still don't get why these jacktards, asshat, pickle whistler Sabbath fans, the fake Black Sabbath fans, you know who you are, shits all over Tony Martin and says he's not a great singer. Or he's not as great as Ozzy and Dio and Ian Gillan. I'm like, they're all great in their own way.
Hell yeah, man. There's something great about each era of Black Sabbath. I agree. Anything else to say about Headless Cross?
Other than Tony Iommi, please, for the love of fucking God, remaster those.
I agree. I absolutely 100% agree. Okay. My number 5. And these two just recently switched around, actually. Okay, so I was really having trouble with these two albums, but my number 5 is Master of Reality. Don't get me wrong, it's a kick-ass fucking album. It's probably the heaviest Black Sabbath album. For 1971, that's some motherfucking heavy-ass shit with the drop D tuning, and the chug-a-chug rips. That's why Tony Iommi is our fucking metal Lord and Savior and Jesus Christ. Because he invented heavy metal. But no, man, Children of the Grave, dude. Fuck. That track rules. If you hate Children of the Grave, come on. Turn in that metal card. Turn it in. Because you are not a fucking metalhead. Well, if you hate Black Sabbath, period, you're not a true metalhead.
That's if you're just an Ozzy only fan, but you hate Black Sabbath. Then you're not even an Ozzy fan.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. I mean, oh my god, that track fucking rules. I mean, Children of the Grave is probably my favorite Black Sabbath track song. Well, it's in the top 5, at least. Oh, just that fucking intro bass lick, the intro bass lick by Geezer, then the drum builds, and then that rips like that. It's why I fucking love metal, man. The crunch, the heaviness, the darkness, Other great tracks on here. Lord of This World, freaking awesome stuff, man. Just another excellent track. You got Into the Void. You got... Fucking brain froze for a minute. Oh yeah, After Forever. After Forever is a tremendous deep cut from here, man.
Yep.
It's kind of weird. Before hearing this album, right? Right, there's Master of Reality, by the way. But yeah, before hearing Master of Reality, I actually heard the band Deliverance, a Christian thrash speed metal band, covered the song After Forever. And I'm like, oh, this sounds fucking good. I gotta hear the original now. And obviously, come on, man, the Black Sabbath version rules too. Because they're the ones that fucking created it. But the Deliverance version, definitely check out the Deliverance version of the song After Forever. It's fucking crunchy and heavy as balls. But yeah, man, what more can be said? This album rules. There's a reason why you got doom metal, sludge metal, stoner metal, even like thrash metal to an extent, because of albums like Master of Reality, You wouldn't have the same Vitus's, Candlemasses, Pentagrams if it wasn't for Master of Reality and a bunch of other doom metal bands like Solitude Eternus, and the list goes on and on. So yeah, my number 5 would be Master of Reality. Now we're up to number.
Can I stab my head with these next 4? These
Uh-oh.
next, because this was really tough, really fucking tough, really fucking tough. Can I go Volume 4? And it hurts me to say that because it was the very first. Wasn't the very first. I mean, the very first album I owned was Paranoid, but the very first Sabbath album I dug myself into was Volume 4. God, I love that album. It's just fucking cocaine, man. It's fucking cocaine rock. Cocaine metal.
Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Volume 4. Fucking Wheels of Confusion. Then you end up with the Straightener. Oh, it's a great ending to that song. Bum, 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 do, 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 do. And then you go into fucking Tomorrow's Dream. Changes. I don't care for that song. I know some people like it. I just don't like it. It's okay. It's okay song.
Which
I usually
track is
skip
it?
it. Changes.
Oh, okay.
I usually skip it. FX, I don't care about that track. It's just noise.
Pretty much.
Then it gets Super Not. It's cool little. Billboard does a little thing on the cymbals, middle of the song, middle
Right.
section. Fucking cornucopia, man.
Ooh.
And then Snowblind, cocaine, which is what the band was singing about. That's a song about cocaine. where when they were recording this album, they had like big ass bowls just full of cocaine like everywhere. God, then you have the beautiful Laguna Sunrise,
Yes.
which is a hell of a lot better than Planet Caravan.
Agreed. Big time.
And then, fuck, the ending track, Under the Sun, Every Day Comes and Goes.
Oh, God. Killer.
That little fucking triplet thing Billboard does twice on that album is fucking cool. Yeah, every day it comes and goes. Boom, 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 doodle, doodle. God, makes me want to headbang right now.
Right on. It's a killer track, man.
I just say, fucking get Volume 4. Originally, the album was going to be called Snowblind. It's a fucking great album. And it's the reason why this album is always in my top 5. Some days, it's my number 1. Usually, it's always between 4 and 1. It never drops below anywhere else.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, number 4 is Volume 4. Cliche, but there's just 3 greater albums. Technically 4.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, guess what? We just tied. Because my number 4 is Volume 4 also. I think that's the first time we've tied tonight. Oh, no,
That's
we
second
tied.
time.
Yeah, that's right. Second time, obviously. 13. Oh, my God. Volume 4 is a fucking masterpiece. I mean, yeah, this is where Sabbath started getting a little more, a bit experimental. You can definitely tell, they were definitely diving into that cocaine, that white line fever type of stuff. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely tell where I'm going here. But yeah, Volume 4, holy crap. Musically, this is a great album. They located to California, I believe, at the time. Was it Long Beach, California, to record
We've
this?
also, Tony Iommi shaved his mustache at this time also.
That's actually very true. Oh God, man. I mean, I'll tell you what, dude. Need I say more masterpiece of the
I,
Sabbath?
I say second best Ozzy era album art cover. Second best.
I would agree. Well, the thing is, too, I guess Tony Iommi actually hates that album cover, or he maybe hated it back then because they had Ozzy on the front of it. That's
But
just
then
what I've heard.
again, once you open the album up, you get the band right in the thing there. So
My God. Yeah, man, like, I don't think there's anything bad on here. Well, it's a confusion. Holy crap, is that a cool... It's a different intro because it begins very melodic, with Iommi doing this really excellent melodic guitar solo.
Bill Ward's
It's
just
pretty
beating the shit.
progressive.
Bill
It's
Ward's
pretty-
just beating the Bill Ward's just beating the shit out of the drums on this whole album.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I was going to mention, too, like, yeah, Wheels of Confusion, really progressive, too. There's a lot of time changes in that track.
Which
Yeah.
I don't think. I'm just thinking, would this album would have sounded better if they haven't done cocaine? I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, wonderful. Right. Where am I at here? Oh, yeah, Tomorrow's Dreams. That's a good fucking track, too. Holy crap, it's good. Just excellent. Okay, now let's talk about the track changes. Okay, I'm one of these people. When I was younger, I hated this song.
Yeah.
But I remembered it too, though. I was a lot younger too. I was fucking. Well, when I first heard it, it would have been back around. Oh, geez. I think 92.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, pianos, orchestrations. Because at the time I didn't get it. I was just a stupid teenage kid who didn't get it. I thought everything should be played 1,000 miles per hour and that's it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm much older, a lot older actually, at almost 43 years old, I have a much more appreciation for the track. It's actually a very beautiful track. It's a very depressing track. I mean, But yeah, Tony Iommi played he played the piano on that track, which is really interesting. But yeah, when you really listen to it, like if you're by yourself listening to it, you can really feel the power in Ozzy's voice on that track. So yeah, I do like it. FX, just a goofy, I don't know, feedback.
It's just noise. It's
Yeah.
just noise.
Then I'm sure Tony Iommi snorted a pound of cocaine when he was recording it in the studio.
Oh, this is also the album where they burned Bill Ward's leg with paint thinner.
Oh yeah, you're actually right about that. Yes, you are right about that.
I think he was naked too. I think they pulled him out of this bed. They poured like gold paint thinner all over his body. Then they like lit him on fire.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
that's fucking crazy shit. That's why you don't do cocaine, kids. It makes you do stupid shit, late. Yeah, it makes you do stupid shit. It may feel good, but it makes you act stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, Supernaut. Holy crap, Supernaut's fucking killer, man. Talk about some excellent drum work by Bill Ward in there. The riff is cool, man. I mean, one of my favorites on the album. Well, Snowblind, obviously.
It's about cocaine.
Yeah, no, it's about the snow outside. Snowing cocaine, kiddies. But no, Snowblind. Something. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, the record label wouldn't let Ozzy do it, but like, like before going into one bridge, like Ozzy wanted to go cocaine. Like he wanted to do that like in every verse of that track, and the record company wouldn't let him do it. Now, naturally, Ozzy would do that live, but it's a cool track. It's definitely cocaine infused.
An underrated track on that album, Saint Vitus Dance, almost has a little Zeppelin thing going with it.
Yeah, it's a very short track. I mean,
yeah.
And obviously that's where the band Saint Vitus got their name from. Cornucopia, holy fucking shit, is that a heavy track? Just a monster heavy fucking track. Something that could have been on, it could have fit on Master of Reality. It's, with the heaviness and the doomy the doomy atmosphere of that track, And yeah, that's the track that almost got Billboard fired from Black Sabbath, too. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's Bill Ward, the best drummer in metal, and he pulled it off. Yeah, Laguna Sunrise, a very beautiful instrumental piece by Tony Iommi. St. Vitus Dance, like you said, a pretty underrated track. Yeah, it's only, it's a little under... I think it's like 2 minutes and 43 seconds long. It's a short track, but it works. Yeah, you're right. It kind of has like a Zeppelin vibe to it. Then we get back into the doominess and the heaviness to end off this freaking masterpiece of an album.
Under the Sun.
Under the Sun. Oh. Oh man. That might be my favorite track on this album. Between that and Cornucopia. Man, that's tough. Worlds of Confusion, too. That's a great track, too. But, man, Under the Sun, man, has some excellent drum work by Bill Ward in it. Some doomy-ass riffs in it. And it's very underrated.
And it's starting to show Savage doing some faster riffs in the middle of that song, too.
Yeah, that's very true. There is some, there's like a midsection in there that's kind of like proto-thrash metal a little bit.
And that midsection, Bill Ward goes apeshit twice.
Oh, yeah.
On drums.
Exactly, man, exactly. All right, I guess we're up to the final three here.
Shoot me in the head. Oh, boy. Well, okay. I'm going to have to go Heaven and Hell. That hurts. And it's a beautiful album. Sometimes this album is my number one sometimes.
Right.
I just love that album. Bill Ward's drumming on it. Straightforward drumming, but it's good. Fucking Neon Nights. Lonely is the word. Oh, God. Lady Evil, I love that track. Oh, Walk Away. Love that track.
Yes.
Fuck. Best track off of the album. God, it's between Heaven and title tracks. Just fantastic. But the two best songs on that album, technically three, in the order, I'm saying Die Young, third. Lonely is the Word, the most perfect song on that album out of all the songs is Children of the Sea. And that's the first song they wrote all together with Ronnie. I think it was Bill and Tony and Geezer. That's the first track they wrote down. All of them did Ronnie. It was Children of the Sea.
Cool.
Fuck, I love that song.
That's an excellent track.
And yeah, Heaven and Hell. That's a perfect album. It's not great. It's not great. It's a perfect fucking album. It's a perfect fucking Black Sabbath album.
Hold on a minute. Just text him Ryan Arnold real quick because I'm going to let him come in and rank his 8 Black Sabbath albums after we're done.
Okay.
But oh, my number 3 is going to create some controversy.
Yeah.
You ready? Are
Yep.
you ready? Because a lot of people would put this at the
Are
bottom of
you
the
ready? Ba-da-ba.
Bada bing, boom. Born Again at number 3. This
Very
album
controversial.
rules. Oh my god. I'm telling you right now, the raw production don't bother me at all. Ian Gillan being the vocalist on here doesn't bother me at all because he comes from Deep fucking Purple.
Yeah.
I mean, man,
Last studio album to feature Bill Ward on drums.
That's true. Yeah, I was just gonna say you got Bill Ward here on drums, you got Geezer Butler still on bass, and of course you got Tony Iommi. Okay. See, I'm like debating here because maybe, yeah. Maybe Mean Metal Mike is right. Maybe Dehumanizer is the third heaviest album. Really debatable. Because this freaking album's heavy.
It's not the heaviest. It's second to an album that's just fucking heavy.
Yeah. This one's got some heavy shit on it. And some crazy drumming by Bill Ward on here, especially on Trashed.
It's fucking Disturbing Priest.
Oh, it's such a dark, doomy track. Man.
Zero the Hero, Keep It Warm, Hotline,
Of course,
Digital
obviously.
Bitch, which Digital Bitch is a song about Sharon Osbourne. Tony Iommi actually admitted it that's the only real song in Sabbath where they talk shit about Sharon Osbourne.
Well, it's pretty funny because she's still a digital bitch nowadays. All right, no. Let me get back to the tracks here. Okay, yeah, Disturbing the Priest. God damn, such a dark, doomy track. Probably one of Sabbath's darkest tracks. Zero the Hero, and man, we all know what famous band ripped off that riff.
Yeah.
Take me down to the Paradise City. Come on now.
GNR. Otherwise known as Goodnight Fucking Russia.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's obviously where Guns N' Roses got the rip from Paradise City because it's basically Zero to Hero, except for Iommi plays it better. Iommi still plays it better.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against Slash. Slash is a great guitar player, but Iommi still does it better. But it's a killer track, dude. I'm gonna mention too, man. Like, to me, Tony Iommi's doing his best lead guitar work on this album. The solo work in Zero to Hero is fucking jaw-dropping good.
How about that solo on the Dark leading into Zero the Hero?
Yeah, great stuff.
I don't know how to. It sounds almost like just orgasmically good guitar work by Tony Martin on that. Tony Iommi on that album.
So yeah, I mean, Born Again too, the title track, Born Again, holy cripe. That's where, oh man, Ian Gillan is screaming his fucking ass off on that track. He's like hitting notes that are like humanly impossible, you know, and I think this has to be the album where he blew his voice out. Because some of his highest vocal range is on this album.
You know, it's funny, that album does, for Sabbath, get a lot more shit than a lot of the other albums, which I still don't
It's
understand.
very true. I don't understand it either. I think people need to go back and re-listen to this. Because it's my number 3.
Well,
but anyways, yeah, again, on the title track board again, Tony Iommi plays another jaw-dropping, soulful, amazing guitar solo, you know. Hotline's great, Keep It Warm's great. Dude, this whole fucking album's great.
well, my number 2 is Born Again.
Ooh, yeah, let's keep it going. I love
Number
it.
2 is Porn Again. I just said Porn Again. Wow.
Porn.
Whoops. Born Again. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm here. Sorry. I accidentally hit something on my phone. Anyway, Born Again. Tony, let's just say this is Tony Iommi's best orgasm on his guitar. If I want to say it that way.
I think, too. I think it's his best lead guitar work. Between that and Heaven and Hell.
Trashed, I like. I still. It's not as. It's a strong song, but there's stronger songs on the album.
Yeah.
I still say my favorite track on the whole album is still fucking Disturbing the Priest, man. It's just fucking just dark and. Just fuck. That intro into Disturbing the Priest, oh god. That whole song's great. Born Again's just fucking doomy and fantastic. God. Zero the Hero, the guitar work on that is just out of this world. Yeah, fuck. Born Again's near perfect. Near perfect. It's great. It's a great album. Definitely deserves to be in the upper, very high echelon with Sabbath. It belongs in that top 5. I think.
Yeah, I agree. It actually almost became my. Oh, it could have been my number 1, to be honest.
Well, that's all I can say about Born Again. It's where Tony Iommi finally had an orgasm on a guitar.
Hey man, I just saw Ralph say it's his second favorite Black Sabbath album now.
Nice. Hell yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, it's a great album, man. I think more people need to listen to it.
Well, then again, most of those people are listening to like the basic shit.
Probably like five-finger fuck punch.
Or scab kiss.
All right, we're down to our last 2.
Well. Yeah,
oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got to say my number 2. Damn. All right, and we're gonna let Ryan Arnold in the stream once we're finished here. Well, my number 2. God. Heaven and Hell. You talk about it.
It's a perfect album.
It's beyond perfect. You talk about the game changer for 1980.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a revamped, reborn Black Sabbath.
And if you think about 1980, there's really only 2 bands in 1980 that could have called it fucking quits: Black Sabbath, AC/DC.
That's true.
There's only 2 bands, 2 great fucking comeback albums. Just one band had a better comeback album. That's AC/DC.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I mean, it's a great comeback album. Yeah, okay. As far as like that kind of a comeback, I agree with. Yeah, after losing Bond, but okay, yeah. On to this, man. Well, it's obvious around the time of Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die, Black Sabbath was having some problems.
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious that Ozzy didn't want to be there no more, as we all know. And, well, Ozzy got fired. I mean, there's rumors he quit. I believe he got fired because he keeps...
there's also rumors of a tape. This is just rumors. I don't know if it's true. A rumor down the grapevine, Tony Iommi has a tape of Ozzy singing a couple tracks he wrote for Heaven and Hell.
I've heard that rumor too.
And also the song Slapback. Yes.
Yeah, which is a very weird
Yeah.
track.
Very
Which to
rainbowish.
Yeah, which to me sounds like it would have been on an album like Never Say Die.
Yeah.
But no, back to Heaven and Hell. Yeah, this is where the late great Ronnie James Dio comes in. And I'll tell you what, holy crap, did Sabbath bring it here. After two disappointing albums that were unfocused, you know, you had the problems with Ozzy not wanting to be there. You had Dave Walker in the band for a little bit.
Yep.
Around the time of Never Say Die. That failed.
I mean,
And Ozzy came back.
heck, even Never Say Die was not going to have Geezer on bass. Also.
Yeah. I think Geezer was about ready to quit too, from my understandings. But,
And technically, for Heaven and Hell, Ronnie did some of the bass work for Heaven and Hell too. So,
you know what? I've heard that rumor too. I really don't know, because it sounds like Geezer playing bass to me. I don't know. Only they know.
yep.
But anyways, let's get back to the album here. But anyways, like I was going to say before getting into the album, Ozzy, supposedly there's a demo version of Children of the Sea out there with Ozzy Osbourne singing on it. Not sure how true that is, because you can't always believe rumors either. What more can be said though? Classic. Neon Knights, Children of the Sea, Lady Evil, Heaven and Hell.
Yep.
Epic. Wishing Well, Dying Young, Walk Away. Okay, Walk Away is probably the track that's a little weaker on the album, but it's still good. I mean, that track definitely has a rainbow feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Lonely is the Word. Holy shit. What an epic way to end an album. You talk about guitar soloing. Oh.
The ending outro.
Yeah.
After the song ends, you hear that keyboard that like synthesized keyboard outro. Ending the album, which is creepy.
I think Jeff Nichols is actually playing that.
Yes.
Even though it almost sounds like something Ronnie would play and write, which is kind of weird. But my God, I don't really got to talk much about this album.
One thing I will add, this is the album where Bill Ward kind of screwed himself royally.
That's true.
You know, I think Bill Ward lost a family member and just didn't feel like touring.
Yeah, Bill Ward.
I think they were halfway through that tour. Bill Ward was still with the band, and then he just broke down, drunk, just was a fucking mess. I think he just left.
Yeah, he was in bad shape at the time.
And I think he probably fucking missed Ozzy because he was the one that had to tell Ozzy that he was fired. So he probably had a lot of fucking regrets doing that.
And that's a horrible way to handle shit, to be honest. Like, if you're going to fire somebody, tell them face to face yourself that you're going to fire them. So, yeah, that was a little bit of a coward move right there to make Bill Ward do that. Don't want to get into details about that. There's also legend going around. This has not been proven either. That apparently Vinny Appice plays drums on Heaven and Hell. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think Bill Ward did an interview with Eddie Trunk where Bill said that he did half of the tour and he did the whole album with.
See, that's what I thought.
Heaven and Hell. But Bill Ward said because of his alcohol abuse during that album and those recordings, he doesn't remember recording many tracks. He doesn't remember touring. But he does have all the stuff for it. So.
Right. Yeah, because Bill Ward was on this tour, so I definitely don't believe that Vinny Appice played drums on this.
No. Bill did say that Vinny replaced him halfway through the tour. So,
right. But anyway, yeah, my number 2, Heaven and Hell, and we're down to our number 1.
Which is a tie.
Yes, it is a tie, because none of us have mentioned this freaking album.
fucking
Yes,
Sabotage.
Sabotage.
The weirdest. I will say this: the weirdest looking Sabbath album art cover. It just fucking works.
It's freaking
Weird
weird.
reason.
And it's, oh my god, but the music on here is incredible. And this
One
was
thing
the
I
low-
will say, good Lord, Bill Ward, put some pants on.
Well, apparently freaking Ozzy's naked on this album. He's
Yeah, I
just
think it was.
wearing that robe.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard story. Well, I think I heard Ralph say it too, that Bill Ward was wearing Ozzy's underwear or something crazy like that.
Yeah. This
Oh my
fucking.
God.
I'll say my thing first about this album. God, this
Yep.
fucking album. You start with "Hole in the Sky,"
Yeah. Oh, so heavy.
which Metallica does a cover, decent, good cover of it. God, "Hole in the Sky." Don't
They
start
covered it?
late. Yeah, they covered it at the
I kn-
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing for Sabbath. They played it live.
You know what? You're right about that. You're right. Pantera does a killer cover of it too.
Yep. Don't Start Too Late. Little instrumental leading it a fuck System of the Universe, man.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Take
Probably
me
the
through
first-
centuries. Supersonic. It makes you want to fucking headbang.
Fucking
And it's a
yeah,
beautiful
'cause,
song.
yeah, it was probably
Then-
the first. It was probably the first thrash metal song ever written.
Then you have that little mellow outro with Ozzy singing. Step inside my silver room. And fuck, possibly the best all-time number one, best greatest Sabbath track they ever recorded. Fucking Megalomania.
That's my favorite Black Sabbath song, Megalomania. Oh,
Okay, it starts off dark and creepy.
yeah.
Slow. First half of the song is slow. Then it gets fucking fast.
Hell
And
yeah.
Ozzy's vocals on that second half of the track. He's just
Yes.
wailing it out.
Yeah,
on
that should
track.
be mentioned. That should be mentioned too. How angry Black Sabbath was on this album because they were dealing with lawyers. The record company was fucking them around.
Yep.
You know. And I'll tell you what, out of all the albums, I think Ozzy's vocals are the best on Sabotage.
Yes. Fuck, Thrill of It All. Great fucking track.
God
intro.
damn.
And possibly the greatest Sabbath intro instrumental. And they open it with their show, fucking Superzar, just a fucking dark, doomy,
Yeah, I don't know what.
creepy
I don't know what.
intro.
Yeah, I don't know why people bitch about it. I think it's fucking awesome. Every review I see of this album,
Okay.
people are like, "Oh, Superzor's boring. It sucks." What the fuck? No way, it fucking
No.
rules.
This is what I say. It's boring and sucks. Okay, then go listen to AC/DC, listen to Phil Rudd's drumming, then come back and tell me.
Right on.
And you go into fucking Am I Going Insane /radio? Okay, I like that song. It's a good song.
Yep,
Cheesy. It's a cheesy song, but it's good.
of course.
Then the fucking last track. Oh god, the red.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, what a great ending to this freaking album. The Writ. Ozzy sounds pissed the fuck off on this track, and he's singing his ass off on here, man.
And funny how people say Ozzy's high vocals are better with his solo stuff. No.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, this album right here, perfect album. It was the lowest selling Black Sabbath album at that time. Why? Because
This album, technically, you could say the very first thrash metal album.
well, yeah, not quite full on thrash metal, but with Symptom of the Universe, yeah, that would definitely be the first, probably thrash metal song. because of the Bay Area thrash would definitely popularize in German thrash, you know, with the
Fuck,
chunky.
well, I will say that. Apparently, Bill Ward said when he was recording that album that he took speed while doing the drumming recording stuff for that album. Apparently,
Wouldn't surprise me, man. They were definitely in their peak. They were definitely in their peak at that time when it comes to drug use.
And I'll say one thing: the drumming on that album is just out of this world. Good.
You know what? The drumming on this album's amazing. I agree.
And a lot of people say, "Oh, Paranoid, Black Sabbath, Billboard's best drumming." Oh, fucking Sabotage is.
I would have to agree. I mean,
I would say Volume. I would say possibly Born Again second to that, and then Volume 4 third to that.
Right. But yeah, I don't have much more to say about this album. It's a perfect album. So now we got a little surprise for you. And he's definitely waiting to come in, I'm sure, because we have... Well, it took us over 2 hours to rank the Sabbath albums. But you know what? It was well worth it for Halloween and for Black Sabbath.
And all you jacktards, asshats, pickle whistlers, sheeple, there is no better Sabbath singer. They're all fucking great. So
I agree. They all rule.
I laugh on the set. Oh, Ozzy's better. Oh, Ian Gillan's better. Oh, Dio's better. No, they're all fucking great. Stop whining and bitching.
You know what? Cheers to that. But yeah, we got a special guest to join us right here tonight. He's going to rank, and we're going to shut our mouths because my voice is tired right now.
My phone actually might die on me. Ooh. So
what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to invite Ryan Arnold into the stream, and he's going to rank the Aussie era Black Sabbath albums. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, man.
Yeah, like as he mentioned, I am still, if everybody knows that I did a retrospective for Black Sabbath, that the only one that is official that everybody can go see is part 1, which is the Aussie albums, basically. It's the first stage. I didn't want to rank the other ones because I'm technically still working on part 2.
Right.
So,
I just have
Ryan.
all I have to do is basically just redo notes for from the points of in between Never Say Die all the way up to the events leading up to the Eternal Idol.
So,
And then go and listen to the stuff and write the notes in between tier, from the stuff in between tier all the way up to 13.
okay.
So basically listen to Dehumanizer, Cross Purposes, Forbidden, and 13. So only 4 albums. But so that means, like you said, ranking the Aussie albums. I did a retrospective for them. Obviously, if y'all want to go and check that out, I'm sure Ben will leave a link in the description for the Black Sabbath retrospective I did, which was just me by myself. But the first, if I were to just go and rank all the first 8, obviously, not all yet. And I'm not gonna waste too much time. Number 8 is the obvious, Never Say Die. Aside from a few tracks, the album is pretty boring. It's not.
It's not that boring.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I mean,
Yeah, it's one that's actually
good. What they would come afterwards with Heaven and Hell, this album is shit compared to it.
He's got a point.
Technical Ecstasy, a terrible album, but I actually
it's not terrible.
Hold on. Terrible Black Sabbath album, but a pretty damn good rock album. I actually enjoyed some stuff on this. Do I say it's a good? You were saying?
Please don't tell me. Do you like Rock and Roll Doctor?
I don't know if I did. That's on Technical Ecstasy?
Yes.
Yep.
the one song that made me stand out to me from there was Backstreet Kids, and that was a pretty good song. I just think
It's
some
a
of the
good-
songs, and maybe Rock and Roll Doctor was one of those. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's nothing I would write home about, but it's a pretty good rock song. What would be number? Well, it's number 6. Okay. Shoot. What would it be? Sabotage? I think it might have been.
Oh no! No! No!
Explain. Let me.
No!
Okay, hold on. Hold on there. Hold on to your horses. Hold on there. Okay, yeah.
I think you just killed Jen.
I can't really remember, but yeah, Sabotage is in the bottom half. That and
Oh no, that's a sin.
That or and Bloody Sabbath. Those are at the bottom. I think I had Sabotage 6 and then it's Bloody Sabbath. There was some. It was getting to the point where I was listening to that. I'd already listened to all the other albums. I was burnt out on all the other albums, so. Yeah, it was. I do like what y'all said about it. Yes, I do think Symptom of the Universe is the riff that started thrash metal. Yes, I actually enjoy that. There's some stuff I enjoy. It's just that some of the other stuff I like more over it. And then obviously I said the Black Sabbath number 5. And what would have been number 4? That's probably it's synonymous. I think that makes sense. Number 4, volume 4. I listening to that, there's some stuff I just didn't like. It was kind of the production. Yeah, it was just something.
The production's great.
This is someone who likes better production that you'll probably see when I talk about the other stuff. Maybe even the Tony Martin era stuff. But I just thought that it was not. It was. Number one, it was kind of long, but it was at this point, like I said, I was getting burnt out listening to these guys. So it was just, it is what it is. But number 3, the self-title. I mean, when I was listening to that, I wasn't completely burnt out. I was just starting them, and it was a great listen. Obviously, the title track, The Wizard, NIB, the first medley. Great stuff. Great stuff. But yeah, the one that started it all is number 3. Number 2, Paranoid. I mean, fucking banger of an album.
Elizabeth!
War Pigs.
Elizabeth!
With the opener, War Pigs, freaking Paranoid, Planet Caravan, Iron Man. It is these number 1 and 2 are evenly matched. Like, I love both of them. But number 1 is Master of Reality. I absolutely love Master of Reality. Freaking everything about it. Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, freaking Children of the Grave gives me freaking Iron Maiden vibes. The Gallopy riffs. I loved it. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Banger an album, and think to myself, the reason I have that is because both Paranoid and Master of Reality are not boring. None of the songs are boring to me. Like, all of them are consistent. You see how some of the other albums that I have some stinkers. They have
Sabotage has no stinkers. I'm sorry.
You have to realize I was hold on, Mike, hold on. I was getting burnt out by the time I was listening to it. I was getting to the point of getting burnt out, listening to all of these, and it was just to the point of where I just want to get this over with, basically. So that's why Sabotage was so damn low. There were some moments of stuff like that, that I just thought were at the time when I was listening to it. Bear in mind, that was a year ago. So maybe I can go back, not be as burnt out as I was when I was listening to it, and maybe I'll like it. But like I said, I love Master of Reality. It's a great album. It's a flawless album. Paranoid is a flawless album. I wouldn't say the self-titled is flawless. There is some flaws on there. But I think those first two that I have, Paranoid and Master Reality, are, in my mind, in my opinion, flawless. And I love them.
Pitchforks. I see an army of
Oh,
pitchforks.
it's all good. This is all
I know,
in
it's all
good.
good.
You think of pitchforks, wait after everything that I have said, my current number one is, well, I won't spoil it. It's a Tony Martin album. I'll keep you guessing. I'll keep you guessing.
Eternal Idol.
Close, but no. But I'm not.
Headless Cross.
Tear.
I'm guessing. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, don't say. Don't tell us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Keep the suspense. Don't tell us.
But yeah, Eternal Idol, close, but no.
Yep.
Is the album called Jack Tard's Lost by Sheep?
No, that's
Jack Tard's Paradise. Oh god, I have some jokes. Jack Tard's Paradise. Oh, I needed that.
Yeah, it's not.
Jack Tart swimming in the pistol whistler jar.
Yeah, freaking
blast pickle whistler jar. Can't talk right now.
But yeah, y'all will have to y'all would have to figure it out at some point. But I ain't gonna give you any more hints other than it's a Tony Martin album. It's a 100% a Tony Martin album. But you just gonna have to keep guessing.
I think I know what it is.
Keep it to yourself then.
Let's see, we got 4 viewers here on Halloween.
Yeah, Ralph popped in, I think.
Zach Blabbeth.
94, 96,
3 viewers
Metal,
in.
Seattle Music, Zach Blabbeth, Speed King.
Well, we still have a troll around here that likes to pop in and out. I'm pretty sure it's a troll.
Mm-hmm.
I understand if they're popping in and out if they're at work. I totally understand.
We got now spinning TV in here. What's up?
Ah, there he is. You missed the ranking, dude. Cripe, man, we just ended the ranking.
I just finished mine. Now spinning.
But welcome to the stream. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like I said.
You can all watch it back.
Yeah. This is kind of the end of the stream where we just bullshit for a little bit.
Yep,
pretty much.
Okay, think of other album titles we can create. Just joke album
titles.
Just joke names from Sheeple People. No, that's bad. Ass Hats Volume 1.
Black Sabbath reunion.
Shit, we might be a little late. We might be a little late for that one. How many live albums? Sabbath don't have a lot of live albums.
Live Evil
2001 comes to mind.
They got Live at Last, which was actually illegally released. Then they got the one they did with Dio. Live Evil with Dio.
The other one was Dio. They did 2 more.
Yeah.
They did 2 with Dio. They did Live, I think.
Yeah.
They did 2001
yeah.
Live with Ozzy.
The 2006 Live.
Yep. The
Live Radio Music Hall. Radio Music Hall is a great live Dio. Then, of course, if we're talking bootleg.
Yes, that's a cool version. Mm-hmm. On the Last Supper DVD of Children of the Grave, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could talk about this real quick. Bill Ward wants to do one more Black Sabbath album with the original members. Whether it happens, I don't think it's going to happen.
Ozzy wants to do it.
If Ozzy wants to do it, it's up to Tony and Geezer. And I would say just put all the fucking bullshit in the past and just do it.
Right. Apparently, Ozzy does want to do it. If I see, I got to read more into that, but apparently Ozzy does want to do it.
And I think I was also reading during the end tour, Ozzy was regret. Apparently, Ozzy's in a few interviews, Ozzy and Sharon were together, but Sharon left, and Ozzy during the interview said he actually was sad that Bill was not on drums with them.
I mean, we all were. I mean, it should have been Bill Ward on drums, you know. It would be perfect timing before it's way too late, because these guys are now, you know, approaching their mid-70s. Like, if they still have one more album in them, do it. You don't necessarily have to go out and tour it, but if you got one more album in you, do it.
They could do a one-off Birmingham show maybe, and maybe a club. That's about it, maybe.
Because that's the thing, we still have all the original members of Black Sabbath still with us, and it would be cool if one more album was produced with these guys.
Oh, we have Ian Gillan. Ian Gillan's still alive.
Yeah, but that's different. He's with the Purple. You know, I'm talking the original Black Sabbath. Mm-hmm. They're all still alive.
Now, if Ronnie was still around after they ended that with Ozzy, do you think? I still say we could have gotten some more Heaven and Hell records. Ronnie was just fucking stolen from us. You know, damn stomach cancer.
It's true. I mean, but yeah,
and he was working. He was working on material while he was in the hospital for Magica 2.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I mean, he did have material written for Magica 2, and he had Magic 3 in mind. This is going all the way back to, you know, when Magica came out back in 2000. You know,
and there's even rumors, even before Ozzy was, well, not before Ronnie was in the hospital, that there were rumors that apparently Ronnie was going to sign a new contract with Heaven and Hell. They were going to sign with a big record label, and apparently Tony Iommi was going to let Ronnie do his own thing and come back, because apparently Tony had no problem with Ronnie doing stuff with his band, and with Heaven and Hell, apparently everyone was getting along well the third time around. You know? And there are rumors Tony Iommi might have some tapes of rough stuff, of rough Ronnie lyrics for a second Heaven and Hell album. Like, just a couple, like, small songs that aren't finished.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely stuff out there probably in the vaults that we don't even know about.
There's probably extra stuff from Heaven and Hell. Right. You know, I mean...
But back to, you know, Bill Ward wanting to do one more Sabbath album with the original guys, Ozzy, Geezer, Bill, and Tony. Do it. You don't gotta tour it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play a few shows, but, you know.
And here's what I said.
Do it.
I would tell... If I was Sabbath right now with them, I would pull off what AC/DC did with Power Up. I would try to go to that level.
That's a good way to go. Make it a surprise.
And hey, they could just make a raw sounding album. They don't need a producer. Make it themselves.
Yeah.
See what comes out.
I mean, that would be the best. That would be the best route to go. Like, just, you know, keep it quiet, you know, and maybe in 2022 we might get a new Black Sabbath song with the original. Who knows? I'm kind of over exaggerating right now, but man, that would be cool if it happened next year.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to Sabbath. We're still talking about Sabbath. The live Ashbury Park, 1975.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Sabbath, but
Think that during that tour, the Sabotage tour, the only time they've ever played Megalomania in its full entirety live, it's just on that tour.
Man, that song definitely should have been played more live.
Well, then again, Ozzy they tried it twice during the Technical Ecstasy tour, and apparently Ozzy just couldn't sing it anymore.
Well, I believe that because you could definitely, and I guess bunch of echoing going on there. But I guess that's what I was trying to say when I was talking about Technical Ecstasy, about Ozzy's voice not sounding. Well, at the time he did want to leave Sabbath too.
Yeah.
Actually, going back to the Technical Ecstasy album, he was already trying to form Blizzard of Oz around that time. And like that one track I said, Moving Parts Standing Still, you can definitely tell Ozzy doesn't really sound like he's into it.
Yeah.
Now, and true, around that time, he probably did blow out his voice doing Sabotage, because he's singing really high on that album. But, yeah. Like I can't see Ozzy really playing those songs live nowadays.
Oh,
I mean, I know they were playing Symptom of the Universe live. You know,
if you want to play that song right now, you can. It's the boot. I know bootlegs are a lot safer than the actual songs, because I know with bootlegs you can get away with it. But like, look up on YouTube real quick. Live 1975, Ashbury Park, Megalomania. And just listen to that.
Fuck. I am actually not prepared to play music right now.
Oh, it's just a suggestion. But listen to that. I'm recommending you guys listen to the live bootlegs, because some of those live bootlegs, they're real gigs. They sound really good. Yeah, the quality. Okay, the thing with bootlegs, you can either get great quality or absolute shit. It's
Exactly. But honestly, I think it's time to end the stream. My voice is fucking shot.
I'll say one last thing, guys. Check out another bootleg for the Heaven and Hell tour. The live Hartford, Connecticut gig is a great live bootleg. All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream too. My voice is tiring out.
All right, so
keep it rocking, keep it real. Schmack 'em a god.
We're going to end this together, actually. Hold on a minute. Just going to pull up the outro. I did not have time to work out an outro here, so bear with me. But anyways, I hope you all fucking enjoyed the stream. Thanks to those who actually did join in. Wasn't the turnout I thought it would be, but, you know, it is what it is, right? But that's okay.
Yeah.
All I got to say is, shit's going to get better on this channel. Shit's going to get better for us. It seems like a lot of doom and gloom has hit this channel here in 2021. But you know what? We're going to get past that.
Yeah.
We're not going to quit. We're not going to surrender. We will hit 1,000 subscribers eventually. Definitely not this year, but, you know. But, you know, in all honesty, it's not always about that. It's about who really likes your fucking channel, you know. Because there's people out there that have 1K subscribers, 2K subscribers, and they only get like 10, 20, 30 views per video, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep kicking ass around here. So anyways, thanks to you all for joining the Sabbath stream here on this Halloween episode. Actually, the first episode here on Metal Bench Chronicles. I did not do a Halloween stream or an episode last year in 2020. So, you know what? We'll keep it going.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys.
And also, we have
when you vibe with metal, be sure to drop that shovel.
and don't be a jacktard.
We do not accept ad